Hello everyone, and welcome to my playthrough of Actual Sunlight. It is a game available on Steam for $5, and I think it's also available on mobile, on Android, Android only, and PC. So it's not available on iOS. So about that. If you don't know about this game, this is about okay, I'm gonna read the Steam description for you guys. Take a walk on the thin line between hope and despair in Actual Sunlight. A short interactive story about love, depression, and corporation. So this game will open up to those who isn't familiar with depression and somewhere close to that, and so that you guys will know how or what is happening inside a depressed person's head. So with that being said, let's play this game and let's do this. And this game is an hour long. So prepare for some good gameplays. Or some, well, technically for an hour video. That's all I wanted to say. So let's just start this game. New game. English, please. So actually, this thing. Actual Sunlight deals with extreme mature themes, including depression and thoughts of suicide. Player discretion is strongly advised. This game is not appropriate for players under the age of 18. So, do you want to continue? Yes. Well, I'm 18, so I don't have any problem. Why kill yourself today when you could masturbate tomorrow? Evan Winter. Okay. Yeah, that's a really. Okay, what's happening? And I know what you're thinking. Why keep getting up? Day in, day out. Even though your life is going nowhere. Yeah? Okay, am I supposed to move? What now? No raises. No, wait, I'm gonna move my desk. There we go. No promotions. No hope. No future. And let's face it. Wait. And let's face it. No love. Okay? Well, depression isn't always about love. I think it's about... I think it's also about feeling guilty. And useless about things. But don't feel bad for yourself. I feel bad for exploited immigrants who have their fingers shattered while stocking shelves in the graveyard shift at monolithic retailers. Yeah, you feel guilty that you're still this sad even though you're living life that people want to have. And you would give anything to just nah. Feel bad for the soldiers of pointless wars who have their arms blown off by IEDs. Feel bad for arthritic, long haul truck drivers who need every firm grasp they have left for the dark roads and bottom crashing races ahead. Okay. No matter how bad it, well, you're probably like, oh, why is you talking like he knows about this thing? Well, I do, so. None of those people can live the life that you can. A life of pathetic, dick-punching resignation. What now? You are lucky. You have food, you have water, yeah. And you have shelter. Shelter that specifically includes at least one room with a locking door. And we still take life for granted. And an internet connection, computer don't share with your with your elderly parents. No king leaves you too exhausted from one type of hammering to indulge in another. No bishop lives to tell you no bishop lives to tell you not to bash yours. There has never been a better time in the history of mankind to be completely, cripplingly, devastatingly alone. And yet here you are, thinking about giving up on the good times. Yeah. Well, people think it's. Well, people think those who take life for granted isn't thinking about those, but they're wrong. That's why they. I don't know. Not realizing that you have so much to live for, but there's so much to jerk off to. After all, the world is alive with people as fat, shallow, and broken as you are. Alive with beautiful women that have been lied to all their lives. Who get on buzz bound for your pornography. Alive with seething sadness of all our breaking dreams. How broken is a good word for that. And I hope that you read these words and realize that there's still so much inside of you. Just waiting to come out. I hope you promise yourself to live to see the day that you truly fall in love at first sight. Look at the woo woo. Now guys, it's a look you've waited a lifetime to see. Hit the pause button, take a deep breath, and know what it would like to be wanted. By anybody. Hold it for a moment. Patient transcript. Evan Winter. Why did you set your alarm clock for 5 a.m. every morning, even though you never get up for it? Why snooze for 2 hours? Or to start exercising? I mean, look at me. I had to. You know why didn't you? I don't know. I guess the night before, you feel like tomorrow will be different? Yeah. And I'm sorry about this weird hair, guys. I can't do something about it. It's growing, and when it grows, it becomes curlier, and I can't really style it that much. So I'm gonna have to stick with this. I don't ever feel like tomorrow will be different. Yeah. You make promises to yourself. Each day, every day, that tomorrow will be different, and yet here you are, still a useless fuck. And when I think the rest of the day you're going to do it, start exercising, yeah, and start living. Keys to move, Z to interact, or Z. Press X to save and quit. F5 to toggle full screen. Yeah. A Sony e-reader, definitely obsolete by now. Creative writing 497Y, University of Toronto, so he's in Canada. Instructor Evan Winter. First day lecture notes. First thing you need to know is about being a writer. That it will turn you into a person who will find every excuse not to write. In fact, like many things in life, the more you want it to happen, the stupider about it you will get. A lot of people will never relate to this. A lot of people don't know what it's like to badly want something that few people will ever get to have. And I'm not talking about money or fame, obviously. Everybody wants that. I'm talking about how deeply felt, about the deeply felt desire to say something that is painful in a way that is beautiful and true. But without discipline, this desire will melt you into a crazy, miserable shithead. I'll give you an example. I remember when I decided that enough was enough, and I was finally going to get serious about becoming an author. I went straight to the nearest bookstore to buy every book about writing that I could get my hands on. I was prepared to do anything, absolutely anything, except actually sit down and write. There were so many books that I felt I had to read before I could attempt to write anything that I bought a 300 e-reader instead of trying to carry them all home. Of course, I also planned to actually read all of the books that I supposedly read in school. That e-reader sat on my nightstand and collected dust for years. Okay. I think I'm just gonna add some background sounds, because there isn't really any background sound in this game. Review: Alan Wake. Alan Wake? Is that the game? There's Something Awful Forms by Red Winter 47. Okay, so Awake. Okay, so it's a play on words. Okay. I'm posting this review because I think the community that is built up around this game is nothing but a moronic circle jerk. People have taken the fact that it has some false sliver of artistic credibility and blown it out to ridiculousness as a way of feeling better about something that we all know is true about video games, that they are a shitty, an aesthetic way that you have spent are shitty, and an aestheticized lives. It is not great that the game has 10,000 different endings that require over 100 hours of average playtime to see. This is a way of making you feel like you could be special, which is exactly what you never have. It's not romantic that the game deals with broad themes of loneliness and despair. You're actually alone. You're actually in despair. You know there's nothing romantic about it. None of it includes a longing, gazing to the moonlight. It's just a pizza pops and perversion until you have a stroke and your parents spend their retirement looking after you. Finally, it's not filled with rich, textured characters whose relationships and dialogue will pull at your heartstrings. It desires of endless drivel that prefers completely childish conceptions of intimacy and togetherness for the sole pandering purpose of tricking you into the fake warmth of delusionally believing that you relate to something that you only wish you did. And you believe these things because you're nothing. You've never read a book that have a dragon or a laser gun on the cover. You live in a filthy dark room with a laptop and a soda-stained mousepad. And you play Awake because it's not about human beings, but because you desperately wish you were a human being in the first place. But you're not. You're not the hero. You're the monster. User was banned for this post. Reason? TLDR. Yeah, fag. Oh man. My iPad, I keep it plugged in over here. Transcript: Late Night Show guest Evan Winter. Host: Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're talking to the author and comedian Evan Winter about his breakout success. Now we don't have too many writers on the show, but what do you think has become a bit different about your life since all of this happened? Well, I used to sleep with an iPad. What? What exactly do you mean by sleep with? As in, you would hold it close? Well, it wasn't that intimate, but spreading out with it was definitely the reason I needed a queen-size bed. Right. So now you would presumably sleep with women? Yes, women. Definitely women. I mean, not every night, but a normal amount, a regular amount. Exactly. I'm a normal person now, and I'm good with that. You know, it sounds like you're already married. I would love to get married. Marriage works. People People always seem to think I wouldn't be up for it, but I totally am. Maybe it was all that sleeping with the iPad. Okay. Okay, I'm gonna shift position. There we go. Okay, I already checked that. Okay, from Junior Assistant Executive Administrator CEO Office to Director Corporate Communications. No subject. Would you like to look at the transcript below and develop new messaging for transitional compensation interviews by COB? Program is excellent. So this problem is obviously in how your shop is telling HR to pitch it. Begin transcript. HRPV. Thanks for coming this morning, Evan. Sure. I wish we were meeting in better circumstances. What is this? Time and time again, I said that one thing we need this company besides our top executive talent are young people. Young people who don't just go back to bed instead of waking up. Young people who don't just walk around in a trance as if they have no future. Young people who won't let their peers down, even when they're asked to do more with less. Long pause. Sounds like it would be a shame to lose young people like that. I wouldn't agree more. That's why I really hope you consider staying on with us, even though your compensation package will be transitioning from a direct model to experimental one. What? A new perspective. A new opportunity to show us what you've made of. I just want to be completely clear on this. You're talking about no money, right? Well, the philosophy that we're embracing is something that we call life stage-based compensation. We want to hone in on exactly what the needs are for each of our employee groups based on their current life phase. So, for an employee of your age and demographic profile, we know that all you're really looking for is mentorship, energy drinks, and a very, very high quality of work that will really give exposure to the professional environment that you're looking for. I'm 28 years old. I'm not sure what demographic profile you think I fit into. There are a lot of factors there. I mean, there are people here who have families to support, and as you'll no doubt recall from our mission and vision statements, this is a family company. I watched 3 people who I know have a young children leave here with boxes this morning. That's exactly why they were simply released. It would have been irresponsible for us to offer them a transition opportunity. Okay? We care enough to get them out of here and back into the such a paying position as quickly as possible. There are people who need them. Do you? Carry the exits, interview ends. Okay, no. That was years ago. I gotta get up. I gotta shape up. You gotta. Oh wait, I said the wrong legs. Gotta shape up, 'cause I need a man. Okay. Some of the instructions sawdust dresser. So there's a lot of reading, and you're probably bored. So I'm sorry about that. Attempting to open box, failed to do so. And rip corrugated, I think it's corrugated cardboard into pieces until dresser parts are exposed. Considering its insistence of 2-person assembly to be personal indictment of character and discrimination towards sad loners, modern homophobic indignities, and uppity Scandinavians and their perfect little shoebox existences. Figure out that assembly of dresser will require IKEA. Figure out that assembly of dresser will require actual tools and not just a syringe thin Allen key. Okay. Allen wrench. Okay. Run downstairs to your convenience store that thrives on overpriced sundries for emasculate condominium man children. Buy knockoff Chinese screwdrivers for 3 times normal retail price. Assemble dresser, periodically stopping to drink alone and stretch out aggravated lower back injuries. Screw up assembly at the very end such a dresser looks completely fine, but drawers are fixed in place and do not actually open. Turn structure around completely, exposing open rear side of drawer, and remove top drawer entirely, rendering entire dresser as a giant open hole. Realize that nobody will probably ever see how fucked up this is. That wouldn't be a criteria if any girl was actually willing to come here in the first place. And that you're probably just going to leave all of your clothes hanging over furniture or stuck in the dryer anyways. Yeah. Live with it. Okay, but we gotta go out? Yes, we're gonna go out. I screwed my back up a long time ago. Now I have a fancy chair that's probably screwing it up even more. I used to have a desktop. It's gone now. I just use the laptop in my room. I used to have okay. A new console. A PS3. This is the only reason I even own a TV. No cable. I tried an antenna, but it all picked up was static and infomercials. Still, I'm sure Rogers is charging me for it somehow. Sink. I sort of use it as a de facto garbage bin for anything that won't actually rot. Full of plastic bags from Shoppers Drug Mart at the moment. Yeah, save ya. Okay, let's take a look. Never used this. Oh, you never used your stove? Refrigerator. I'll take a shower first. Okay, where's the shower? Is it in here? If there's a shower, but we'll check out the other room first. Yeah. I should go to work until I take a shower and have something to eat. Okay, so you're just eating processed and ready to eat food? Is that it? This place may be disorganized, but there are some things you gotta keep clean. Yeah, Should I move? Yeah, I'm gonna move my face cam on the other side, so I'll be right back. With the sink. Patient transcript. Evan Winter. What is your earliest memory of disliking it? Okay, so this is a moment or transcript when he went to the doctor. When I was 15 or 16, I shaved for the first time. Immediately, my skin had a vicious reaction to it. Red everywhere. My neck and my jawline were completely covered up in huge bumps and rashes. I did come out in my room for hours. I hate looking at them in mirrors or being in pictures to this day. Are you sure it wasn't your poor technique? People always ask that, or at least look like they're thinking it, but no. I tried everything. It's like a piano wire stabbing your face out from the inside, and it survives beyond every four-figure shotgun solution in existence. And what happened after you came out? Nothing really, but I knew what it meant. This was high school, and saw those kids with horrifyingly scarring acne. And it isn't like this looks any better. From then on, I knew I was going to be one of those guys that girls would look away from the rest of my life. That would be a very painful thing to believe. I guess it was the first time I realized that you could just get dealt a shitty hand. That there could be something wrong with you, and that no matter what, you would never be able to do anything about it. In a way, I think you were lucky to get as far as you did without learning that. Think of all the reasons in the world that you could have learned that sooner. Reasons that could have been much worse. I don't really know what to say about that. You all live as yourself. Okay. Shower, yes. Patient transcript, Evan Winter. Do you ever have suicidal thoughts? What, you mean right now? Are you implying that there are situations where you ordinarily would? I don't know, well, a decision like that seems more responsibility than I could ever take for myself. Sometimes I stand in the shower for a long time, slowly turning up the temperature of the water until it hurts. Eventually, my body seems to adjust to the pain. I turn it up again and again until it hurts so much that I can't go any further. I think about killing yourself and, well, you can't kill yourself in that way. I'm not saying that this is what suicide is. I think it's what suicide is like. So do you think about suicide more than you have any specific plans to commit suicide yourself? Is that correct? I guess. How often do you think about this? Yeah, well guys, if you're, I would recommend watching this if you're under 18, so sorry about that. A lot? How long have you been thinking this way? A long time? And how does thinking about why you want to do this make you feel? Frustrated? Tired? Hopeless? Reminiscent? Fuck, man. Go to the roof of the building and jump off. We've got a lot of things to do today. I better eat something and get out to the office. Yeah. An epilogue to the weight loss book that I will one day write. By Evan Winter. Before I wrote this book, I had reached a point where my life went from joking that nothing but pizza would give me relief to a life in which it was actually true. You don't want to like to wake up in the morning knowing that eating something terrible is the only happy thing that's going to happen to you all day. Oh yes. You kill yourself at some horrific job that you're lucky to have. And when it's all over, all you want to do is forget about it. People say you can stop. But you're so huge by now that you realize you would have stopped for years and years on end. Yeah. And even then you still might not be good enough for anything or anyone. And by the time you do it, who can even say if anyone will be left? Still, you make a few attempts over the years, because a part of you thinks you would be a completely normal person if your weight didn't disqualify you from being one in the first place. Sometimes it even goes well, but in the end, you're still miles behind, and that one shitty feel-good thing you've always had starts calling you. It's been calling you when you realize she isn't interested. Okay? It's calling you when you're out with people you don't have to live this way just to be normal. It's calling you when you go out to eat with your parents and you realize what a disappointment you are to them. What a waste full of energy you were. All the time it's calling you. Well, why did I turn off my brain? Hello? Everything is great, Mom. Yeah, of course, I'll have dinner with you guys this weekend. We can eat whatever you want. We can eat whatever you want, it doesn't matter to me. I gotta go to work, Mom. I don't know what's going on with either of them. No, I know. Okay, bye. Don't go to the roof. I thought I have something to heat here, but I guess not. I'll get something on the way. Your apartment, yes. Yes. Street. Okay, we're out. Patient transcript, Evan Winter. Do you understand that, in many ways, you're very fortunate? Yes. What do you mean? You've had access to education and security, you're a white male. There's a great deal of privilege intertwined with nearly everything about who you are. I don't know, I feel an awful lot like a member of that club in name and in sight only. I don't have some friend with a cottage. I've never participated in a mud-based fitness challenges. There are no adorable blondes meeting me for blind dates in the iconic board game cafes. Those are the types of advantages I'm talking about. I know, but they are the types of advantages that education and security make worth having in the first place, aren't they? Oh, why would even change if I live? What would even change if I lived some kind of cart life for $7 an hour? What do you think? I think it would just mean being openly rejected by the types of people who only pretend to accept me now, and that isn't worth something. All I'm talking about is being something that, but not being part of it. Coffee, fruit, thanks. Have a great day. Hey. Please read this if you're a young person by Will O'Neill. If I have any fear about putting this project out, Will O'Neill. Okay, so Will O'Neill is the game developer for this game. If you have any fear about putting this project out, it's that somebody who's in the midst of a difficult time growing up will see this game and think that it applies to them. I'm not going to say that I was not a lot like you. I probably was. I've struggled with feelings of anger and depression since I was very young. No more than 12 or 13 years old. I don't need to get into what the problems both causing and caused by this were and still are. I think the things that happened to this game makes them pretty clear. It doesn't look clear where all of this is headed. But listen. The fact that you're young means and of itself that you still have a time to change things. That doesn't mean you're going to get everything you want, but I promise that you can do a lot better than you will if you give over to despair. It's when you get into your late 20s and early 30s, like the protagonist of this game, and like me. And that and a lot of choices you made earlier can start to come seriously into play. A lot of doors can begin to close. A lot of things start to go on without you. It's been the way that I am my entire life, but let me tell you something. It's different now, and I'm seeing more and more how things will only get even more difficult over even more time. In the end, that's what this game is about, an end game. Somebody whose pain has slowly risen in excess of their ability to deal with it. Somebody whose options have become totally disconnected from fantasies and regrets that they can't turn away from. This game is not a game. It's a portrait. I've created it to document something that I think is human and beautiful and real. And if you appreciate that, great. That's what art is. But don't get it twisted. It's about a 30-something corporate dead-ender with no youthful energy. Double his own age, who haven't moved on in life that he can turn to. No time or money left to change or do any of those things. I don't care how fucked up you think your life is. If you're at least 25, that ain't you. Okay, man. So don't. Get your fucking there. Shit, man. Okay, let's continue. What the heck are you? I don't know. What? Christmas bullshit by Elementor. When I think of what it would mean to be grown up, I have an unshakable impression of going home to Christmas Eve with my wife and my infant children. There are 3 of them, and they're all equally infantile, but they're not triplets. It's snowing outside, even though it never snows on Christmas Eve in Toronto anymore. And as my parents open the front door that I just knocked on with those big brass things, even though we've never had one, and obviously I don't even know what it's called. The heavenly aroma of an industry bakery licks us across the face, and I think that's the ideal life. Through all of this, my wife is so hot. She looks like a competition of every girl who ever wasted my time. My father hands me a cigar and gives me the good news. We're both amazing at playing the acoustic guitar. It's a Christmas miracle. But later on that evening, I'm sitting in bed with my wife, and she tells me that she will always love me, and that we will never die. That's all I ever think about when I think of having kids. How much of a failure that I am. I am that I cannot cause the world that I described here to exist. Yeah, that's a great life. Even when imagining it, it's great, man. My career passion is not to be a stabbed homeless guy by Evan Winter. Okay. So, uncertified life coach. When you sit down to do your daily 1 hour personal career goal, timeout, focus affirmation session, what amps you to the max? What motivates and engages you to take it to the next level? I mean, we'd all like to imagine the possibility of prosperity for everyone, or at least everyone of our ethnicity with a similar educational background. But some people are winners, whereas others are merely honest. So in the past, it was relevant for people to look at their professional arc a lot differently. That's your 5-year plan. What's your 10-year plan? What type of commute or living environment really meets your personal needs? What sort of retirement situation you're envisioning? And how would you like to see your defined benefit pension plan invested? Today, however, the good is that none of these questions matter. Today, it's simply sufficient to ask yourself if you would or would rather not drink yourself to sleep on a vent every night. Nobody likes a 2-hour commute, but would you rather walk 17 blocks in the dead of winter for a cup of soup? Nobody appreciates an inability to visit the dentist, but would you rather get your teeth clubbed out by a disgruntled police officer? The people on top, they wonder how they ever lost this plot to begin with. Why do we ever give anyone anything they say? Why do we just ask them if they'd rather be a stabbed homeless guy? They don't know what to say, but I do want to give him something. Thanks, pal. Thanks, pal. You got a smoke? No? Sorry, man. Okay, let's go to work. He stares straight ahead. They're all staring straight ahead. Hey, excuse me. All strangers are entrepreneurs. By Evan Winter. Hi, I noticed that you have made eye contact with me for half a second, and then immediately regretted it. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm a fucking asshole. I'm disgusting. Do I want to talk to you because I sincerely cherish a genuine sense of community and goodwill towards man. Wait. Nope. I am an absolute loser. Bothering one stranger after another in an awkward revelation of my own failure. I'm looking for somebody to become my downline in a multi-level marketing scheme. I think you ought to change religion. I'm one of those shy people who used to wear an apron so people would know to avoid me. I want to ask you out to coffee, rub your shoulders while dirty sleeves of my jean jacket infect your pores, and then try to have sex with you before you realize that I'm unemployed. That I'm that legitimately horrible, sad person that you could one day be like. The one a dumb story happened to. The one who got a DUI, and then they found weed in my car, plus the money I stole from work. My family's dead, and I have no friends. I'm desperate for anybody to talk to. Even though I have nothing to say, I know that nobody would like me. Maybe you would like me, but you don't want to know. I'm that weird, bitter asshole who barks at cashiers and hits on waitresses, and holds up the universe. But I am a human being, and there's nothing I can do to make God stop loving me. Everywhere I go, I tell a few people who barely stand me the exact thing. But everyone's just way too uptight about talking to strangers, even though I'm exactly the reason that absolutely nobody wants to. Then I say, chill out. Or some other extremely dated piece of slang that solidifies me as even more creepy. This is when you realize that I'm trying to look at your boobs, or your shoes, or that I don't even have the confidence to meet your eye line. And some type of instinct dawns on you that says, "Hey, your shoelace is untied." Oh, thanks. Turn the headphones up and wait. Yes. Save here. Okay, so this. This is a couch for guests and clients to sit on while they wait to see somebody. It's the only well-kept piece of furniture in the office. What's in here? Who are you? Oh, I'm sorry. Patient transcript Evan Winter. Patient. There's somebody I work with. She's sick. It's the kind of sick that doesn't quite get you on disability. It just fucks you dead in the middle of being able to have a job, but not able to be any good at it. She makes a lot of work for medical appointments. Is that still what you're calling them? All I've ever seen is somebody to wait for 2 hours, wait another 6 hours for a test, and then wait another 3 hours to find out it was inconclusive. Where's the medicine? Where's the appointment? You're upset about this, okay? Most people are upset about this. No, I mean you're upset about it in the way that you usually aren't. You care about this person. Yep. And the story isn't noise. It's different. You were there. She was alone. I was around. Do you really feel that way about it? I was in a situation where refusing to help somebody would have made me very bad. That doesn't make me very good. And the last thing I want is to end up even more involved in it. Right. Except now you know that it might matter if you aren't. I'm fine. I know. I'll be out later. Is there a meeting in here? I don't think so. I'll check. No, don't. I just need a minute. An recycling bin of chart paper by Evan Winter. A few years ago, the boys went on a 3-day, $500 leadership, $5,000 leadership seminar. I'd come back convinced that the reason the company wasn't growing because people weren't collaborative enough. Accordingly, with no collaboration, it was determined that everything anyone said in the meeting had to be not only written down, but was written down such that arrows could jet out of it, allowing any free associations about it to be captured as well. This policy lasted for precisely one meeting, after which time the walls of every room were covered from floor to ceiling with graph paper containing what appeared to be indecipherable corporate thought of a mental hospital. Paper was then torn down and placed into this bin, where it remains to this day. The financial problems that the company has been having would later be linked to excessive overhead in the area of leadership the development. Of course, this leadership development was never recorded as a compensation, and this, among other things, were not factored into the deeply disappointing salaries the owners were then forced to draw for that year. Salaries which, of course, were ample evidence of the total impossibility of providing any employees with bonuses or raises. And yet, to be honest, this story gives me a strong feeling, because I know that nothing this fucked up could go on forever. Okay. Oh, we're playing for almost an hour now. I didn't notice it. Okay, let's check out. Okay, he's angry. There isn't much to say about what I do for a living. We're just like everyone else. Do we work in marketing, in finance, for the government, for the people, for good, for evil? Does it matter? No matter what, if we can make money off of it, and you ask me if we can do it, we say yes. If you ask us if what we do is effective, the middle managers who hired us, whose job security depends on us having been effective, will tell you yes. If you ask us if what we do is important, we'll point you in the direction of the media channel that makes a living off reporting on our industry, and they will say yes. A lie that everybody can pay their mortgage with becomes the truth faster than you would believe. But in the end, we're just a bunch of white people pushing piles of money around in circles. While reality occurs in parts unknown, we go to conferences and the maids break the backs cleaning our hotel rooms. We eat at restaurants while cooks strip and immolate each with blistering oil. And janitors have heart attacks buffing floors on a graveyard shift for 30 years. Okay. And all of this for what? Networking, best practices, leadership. But we don't let anyone into the network, and we don't practice anything. We don't lead anyone anywhere but someplace fucked up, where we get paid and they get dick. Then everyone goes home, does their job the same way anyways, doing exactly whatever some boss wants. So who are we, and what do we do here? We send emails, we go to meetings, we hope to one day get high enough to become invincible. Wait a minute with my keyboard. And to be rewarded even when we fuck everybody and everything up. Sometimes I think, could I go my whole career without doing a single useful material thing? Did a street sweeper eclipse my social utility the day he picked up a piece of gum? Yes, that's friggin' tough. The well-informed and worthwhile opinions that fill the trash cans of agencies around the world, by Evan Winter. I like the idea of having statements that specifically talk about the impact our project has on customers. But how are we telling our brand story? This still image of an inanimate object really needs to have a stronger sense of movement throughout. This line of meaningless rhetoric in this thing that is fundamentally about about absolutely nothing really isn't adding any value. I saw this thing last night in a movie and I loved it. Our thing should be just as good, because even though our budget is 16th of what it took to create that, I can still remember a time when it was only half. Okay, here's the deal. I don't like this thing. I don't have any reason for disliking it. I dislike the way that certain people don't like pickles or reggae. It's just idle preference. Yes. I didn't go to school for marketing or advertising or design or writing or anything like that. I just got a job at a corporation, and one day they decided to shelve me here because they figured at least there was a hard limit to how much damage I could do. Another possibility is that I'm actually intelligent but am the wrong gender or ethnicity, and I needed to be put somewhere prominent but ultimately harmless. Either way, I've either come not scared that my actions are devoid of any rationale, or even more dangerously, I believe that my intuitions represent some natural capability. I've either always been like this and consequently started my own company because I was incapable of working for someone else, or it happened to me after being promoted to a high level, to a level high enough that people stop bothering to disagree with you. So I'm just not sure about the blue. Can't stop with these people. This. Oh, Evan, how are you doing? Hey, Natasha. How's it going? Okay. Talk to you later, I guess. Okay. Nobody knows much about Natasha. She can't really speak English. She does a bunch of administrative work. She could possibly make very much money, and she has a way of smiling at you that discourages any kind of follow-up questions whatsoever. She looks like she's in her late 40s, but something tells me she might look a lot older than she actually is. So that it's like she has some kind of hard chiseled beauty, though she just looks like she's been through more than she should have. And where they found her, who knows? Hey, message me. Message local, logging in, online. Sorry, it's just too early in the morning to have Natasha glaring at me. Sure, what's up? Nothing. What did you do all weekend? Did you go out? Oh, funny. Yeah. I went to the Jackson right after work and until 3 in the morning. Don't remember it and never meant to. Don't start. I'm starting. You live in downtown Toronto. Have all the free time in the world, and you go to a sports bar in a chain hotel. Why are you even alive? Can't wait to say that I'm not into this hipster bullshit. Well, what hipster bullshit? You mean cool and interesting places? Drinking is drinking. Well, what's the difference between sales convention tourists and people your own age? Is that a serious question? And I am not a hipster. Even if saying so proves it. No kidding. Your parents aren't nearly rich enough. If you hate money, I can help you with that. All I'm saying is that the worst thing about nice things are the people who can afford them. Nice things would be better off with you. I don't know. It's just sad. But you love being sad. It's cool to be sad. No, it isn't. It's just sad. Transcript. Late night show in progress. Guest Evan Winters. I mean, I'm a little surprised that you aren't there going out with all kinds of chicks. Well, for a long time, women really hurt me. I mean, it wasn't their fault at all. It was really just the natural outcome of somebody who looks like me being interested in them. You weren't doing too well, huh? You have to understand what it does to a person to warp that emotion for so long. Turn something that is supposed to be beautiful into nothing but a signal of imminent misery. Well, we all know what that can be like. No, I actually don't think that we all do. Most people, they win some, they lose some, and it's all just a fucking song in the middle. It's all just a fucking song on the radio. Wait. That's a lot different than knowing for certain that your love is something that is going to hurt people you care about. And that it'll only hurt you too. Still, you've gotta try. No, the only thing you've gotta try is never feel a goddamn thing for anybody, because you don't want to make them feel awkward, and you're damn sure you don't want their pity. So what do? Nothing really. You try to be cool until you can't stand it anymore, and then you just stop talking to them. Boy, you're a real pal. Oh, I know. And believe me, realizing that you can either be a bad guy or a non-guy is the point where you can just stop talking to women completely. Oh, you stop talking to women when you were attracted to completely? Well, sometimes you meet somebody and you have a choice. Maybe all that pain just seems worth going through all over again. Maybe you think things will be different this time. No, you know better than that. You just, I don't know. I know it's really stupid, and I know it isn't even true, but I really, really love her. Well, we'll be right back after these messages with Evan Winter. Stupid lie. Evan? Oh, sorry. What? Can you come to that meeting tomorrow? What? Oh, sure. You're too funny. Sorry, I tried to work. Please be quiet. Sorry, Natasha. Oh no, Evan, you don't worry. Okay, so I'm guessing Natasha likes us. Here's You have to come back at 5. I'm getting ready for a call. I actually don't even know why I'm standing here. Where did I put that proposal? I just had it. It was right here last night. I don't have time to look for it. Natasha, I need another copy of the proposal printed out. Please and thank you. I'm busy. Is Jackie here then? I need it for my call. I don't know why I don't have it. He was literally sitting here last night. This Troy. Nobody likes Troy, including me. But I feel for him. He's married, late 40s or so. Commutes 2 hours from the deep suburbs every day and works on weekends all the time. I can't even imagine the last time he saw the house he spends every day paying for in the actual sunlight. 3 kids, wife doesn't work, and even though he's the most experienced senior person here, there's always a palpable sense in the air that he would be the first one to wipe down the urinals if the owners told him to. I think about what he might have been like as a younger guy at his wedding. One of those things that make you feel like the future has a future. Okay, chill, man. From Paula Young, senior partner, chairwoman, to all staff, subject, my resignation, leave for your dreams, priority high. Dearest employees, it is with a bittersweet mixture of joy and sadness that I must announce my divestment and resignation from the company, effective immediately. While I would have preferred to be available to help with the numerous surprise obstacles that would present, the timing of my retirement coincided with exiting travel plans that could have been changed without putting my entire passenger status on Air Canada at risk. When I began my career as an employee at an agency similar to ours over 15 years ago, things were much more difficult. All of my peers seemed to question my opinions, dismiss my ideas, and even make faces at me if I was some kind of a stupid idiot. For me, the meaning of this was clear. I was much more capable, creative, and out of the box than everybody around me. A true maverick. With the agreement of my husband and his financial support, I found this organization. The point of this story is clear. You've got to live your values, you've got to choose the life that you want to live, and make it happen. Just like I do. I often ask myself why all of you seem to be stressed out and miserable. As if some horrifically ignorant force, oblivious to its own recklessness, is compelling you to do things that don't make any sense. Someday, I hope you realize that you can do whatever you want. You just have to go for it. The next chapter in my life, for example, will be through a line of motivational handbags that I deleted. Jordan has the stapler in here. I can't find my stapler. Sorry, man. I'm not touching any of this shit. Okay, check. Okay. This. Oh boy. Okay. I was about to talk to this woman. This is Russell. He's like a. Is there some kid? It's a neighborhood kid. He's like a less successful version of my brother. Whereas my brother gets paid handsomely to do basically nothing, and can hire all of the lawyers and accountants in the world to defend it. Russell has mastered the limited middle-class version of this, being a sycophantic little shithead. He works from home, so much that he doesn't even bother having a desk anymore. In fact, he only shows up to the office to watch sports highlights on the plasma screen that we bought to facilitate better team collaboration. He's the kind of person whose enthusiasm is so facile and transparent that everything he says to you feels like an insult to your intelligence. So he's an eldest scum. When it's all over, and everyone who actually does anything that has been completely outsourced, the rest of the world will be the last man standing in the corporate megaverse. They'll be on the conference calls to their boys in China, going on about everything is going great, just great, except for the people following people who have really let them down. Yeah, they're just really not hitting it. They're not getting it. I'm just looking at this stuff, and geez, I don't know. It's just not right. But what do you guys think? Oh, that's Russell. Okay. Sounds like an asshole. What's up, bro? Nothing, man. Hey, can you ask your buddy if he's interested in that thing I told him about? What thing? Trust me, bro, he'll know what I mean. It's an amazing opportunity. Cool. I haven't seen him all, but I'll let him know. Alright. What an asshole. Later, bro. I hate this guy, man. Most of it with an insert meme from 2 or 3 years ago. I think the owners put this up to make us tech savvy, but I love it. Everything is over. Yeah. From Ray Parsons, President and CEO. The sender. Vacation alert. Okay. Please note that I'll be out in the office this week, Monday through Thursday inclusive. If you are writing about the numerous large projects that have key deliverables due on Friday afternoon, please note that my calendar on Friday morning is limited due to networking job brunch. For our clients, please rest assured that I will cursorily review your work 10 minutes before you are supposed to have it. Blame others for my total lack of context regarding what it even is, and ask that it be completely restarted and finished in a matter of seconds, regardless of the merit or necessity of my proposed improvements to it. I bought my job and I am a clown. In my bottom desk drawer, though, is a god-awful television pilot that I wrote about how I am a genius who brings a magical finishing touch to all of the work of a company who is overjoyed to bask in my creative glory. Despite my near continuous absence, my petulant childishness, and my total lack of solidarity with the people I am supposed to be leading, there's not a scene where a beautiful 20-year-old graphic design intern tells me how artistically inspired she was by the mixtape I gave her of all my favorite bands, including the one I used to play in. Susie, I have no idea how fucking retired I am. Very truly, Roy Parsons, President, CEO, Chief Creative Officer. Ideas guy. I realize that I can sprint. Yes, let's work. Patient transcript Evan Winter. You talk about depression, but it doesn't seem to affect your ability to work an 8-hour day. I treat people who can't even get out of bed. There's something about being around people who aren't fucked up that makes me a different person, I guess. Maybe feel like looking weak in front of normal people is the saddest thing that anyone could possibly do. So what changes when you leave? Well, there's nobody around, I guess. And what happens then? I don't know. I find myself at stupid places doing stupid things. Are you saying you have no memory of how you got there? No. I remember how. I just never... do you want to save your game? Yes, I want to save my game. I want to save it on file too. We're in a kind of shop now. So do you have our points card? It's the only way to get a great deal on our magazine subscription packages. Magazine subscription packages? Seriously? Considering that it's the only thing in my kitchen that I actually use, I actually could use some kind of high-end microwave. The way I'm running through mine, I'm sure I'm sure it'll fry itself off the wall soon enough. Okay. I don't even really like any of the genres that any of those games are in. I guess the reviews of them are pretty good, though. Buy a video game. This will be the last time. I don't even like these things anymore. All of them are practically identical to me at this point. This will be the last time. What? And I'm gonna take a look at the other choice. Don't forget our 3-year service guarantee. Seriously, please don't. You're right, I should leave. Last thing I need to be doing is buying shit that I don't need in money. That I don't have just so I can be alone and pathetic for one more night without having to feel it. But let me save you trouble. There's no getting out of this. Even if I go home right now, I find myself back here an hour from now, itching for something to do. Like a crackhead. So it's not like I really give a shit about 90% of the shit in here. Given that I already own most of it and that the rest of it is aspirational in some way that I know I will never get around to. This is the bottom line. I'm here to buy some stupid new video game that I haven't played yet, so I can fuck it to death. So just do it. Okay. So we really need to buy the game, okay. I'm gonna save here. You think it fucking matters to me? You think it makes any difference at all? What? He looks tired. I wonder if I'll ever work a night shift. Who knows? Maybe it will be for the best. That's okay. Turn the headphones up and wait. Yes. Okay, we're home. I'm gonna save here, yeah. We're home. Patient transcript, Evan Winter. When do you feel the absolute lowest? Well, I can answer for you, Evan. When you're alone. The way I walk in the door, no question. You're playing some video games. Why do you think that is? Why feel worse off when you got home than any other time? You know, I think our generation is growing up and going down. It's not just in my imagination that things are getting worse. We should all in the period of our lives where we're building and learning and doing new things, coming to our own as professionals, making more money. And look, we've talked about all of this before. Taking a shit. I don't know. Guess it just feels all the same, day in and day out. Except you know that in some way you're falling apart. Well, who isn't? You know, it isn't like I never tried. It's just that my trying never really amounted to much. But how many people really changed the path they started going down when they started out? It's like the fundamental idea of our entire culture, that you can change, that you can do whatever you want. And your problem is what exactly? That nobody's keeping records on how true or untrue that is? Okay, so there's us doing the same thing over and over again. Actually, I think they are. But people can't most people can't deal with that kind of hopelessness. Maybe they have a way of dealing with it. That you should just know. You should just don't know anything about. Do you think Do you think I don't know what you keep trying to bring this conversation back around to? I get it. I'm lonely. I'm sad. And I'm lonely. And this is why I'm in therapy. Are you happy now? Is this what psychiatrists do? Just keep needling people until they simplify their problems into something that you can write a prescription for? How should I know? You're the one making all this up. I'm not even real. You just imagine all of this to try to romanticize a drain circling nobody. You saw a therapist one time, and he told you to come back when you had real problems. I'm just like all these other stupid scenarios that you play out in your head. Being a creative writing professor, yeah, those things, the TV show, or how cool and melancholy you'll be on a talk show, and all of this nonsense. But what is it really for? I don't know. It is to avoid telling yourself that you're nothing, that you're anything more than some fat, booze, sugar, and porn addicted idiot who wasted every opportunity he ever had. It's funny how I was always like this, and yet it got worse at the same time. You know, you live this fucked up type of way, and just slowly coast deeper and deeper into it, until your whole life is just this weird, paradoxical mix of desperate survival and slowly killing yourself at the same time. To be honest, I completely agree with you. I think you should end it. You think? It's either that or live a shitty, terrible life. Other people don't want other people to do it. Whose shoes do they have to live in? Yeah, they don't understand. What the fuck do they know? Do you even want to live in this agony? You go ahead, but stop telling yourself because it's because you think you can do any better. Start admitting that it's actually because you're too scared to do what you know you should. You don't want to inconvenience people. You don't want to make them sad. You want them to remember you as that funny guy to just have around, or to just keep wishing you could measure up some fantasy that you should have grown out of 10 years ago. But you don't have anything to look forward to. It's going to do the same stupid shit every day for the rest of your goddamn life. Stop wasting my time. Go to the roof of a building and jump off. No. Fine. But someday, you're going to make up one morning. Even all the things that pulled you down won't make you feel any better. In fact, you won't feel anything at all. And do you even know why? Because nobody who isn't obligated to, or isn't pathetic themselves, even fucking cares that you're alive. In the end, nothing you can do will keep that from sinking in. I know. Years go by. So hungover. God. Can't take this anymore. I can't take any of it. The same stupid shit. This fucking alarm clock. Fucking hate this shit. Let's try everything in the apartment. Why do I even buy it? Like I even really have the books I already own. Wasting fucking time, wasting my fucking life. And he's having a mental breakdown. We forgot there fucking 5 minutes. Big fat Jeff for being a fuckhead who never gets off his ass all fucking day. Like he really just because of my back. Like I've got any good reason to not be popping pills all the time with the rest of the wretched King Universe. Like I can't just lay in my fucking bed all night like a goddamn vegetable. What's the difference anyways? I will fucking get some home before 7 p.m. most nights. What the fuck am I even getting home for even when I do? To just sit in this fucking chair, sit in this chair and be a fucking jerk off on Facebook and watch YouTube. Just because isn't everything so fucking fascinating? Flat screen Neo Yuppie bullshit. All I have to do is try everything by Evan Winter. You know, the problem is with you. The problem with you is not that you're gutless, craven pussy who can't even get off your ass. No. The problem is that you have too much stuff. Consumer electronics are your problem. The internet is your problem. All these unbelievably entertaining things, just hopelessly addicted to them. Let's say you need to cancel your home internet, cancel your high definition cable, report your 2000 gaming PC and throw it in the garbage, and leave yourself nothing but a bunch of crappy, outdated consoles because you want to be a different person. A month later, you'll be sitting in your blanked out apartment with nothing to do. Without saying to yourself, it's time to get out there in the world. I want to meet strangers in the cafes. I want to join a kickball league, but not long after this, you find yourself playing those crappy, outdated consoles every night and punch yourself for wrecking your own shit. Just because you want to be a different person doesn't mean you will be able to become one. Fuck you. Fuck you! Smashed open parts everywhere. Empty. Okay. Alcoholic Vomit is Coolness Living the Body by Evan Winter. Okay? A lot of fat people think they're hot shit because they drink a lot. They know that nobody in social situations really wants to talk to them. So they hang out with each other until they get fucking wasted. Sometimes, if they're rich or funny, I feel we'll find them endearing enough to actually speak to. By large, however, these could be annihilated and go home to throw up in their crackled seat toilets. But all this is an outsider's perspective. The reason fat people drink is because it actually makes them feel confident. The confidence to a 300-pound piece of human shit is all they ever wanted. You feel levitation, carelessness, acceptance. And then, one day, you feel bad enough when you're not drunk that you realize that drinking actually makes you feel the way regular people feel all the time. Needless to say, this is when you know it's time to mature into an older and wiser person and switch to antidepressants. Oh god, oh god. I'm gonna stop drinking. I'm gonna quit this job. I'm gonna stop everything. It doesn't even do anything. Why do I even care anymore? Yeah, those thoughts when you're showering. Go to the roof of the building and jump off. Say you refuse to be the creature you are and go on living. It's luscious. Rush around you in your skull like acid, aching from the moment you wake up to the minute you stand still and breathe through the water to the hours you lay in bed at night. Shifting through one piece of your breaking body to another. You say you won't go on, not alone, not like this. You won't say it isn't human, that it isn't safe. You say it is natural to exist in nothing, but the contemplation of the joy you will never have. However secure you may be for the moment, that too much can be undone by a lost and angry person in a single decision. You say you are tired of the pain and sickness that stole your youth. Say you've had enough waiting to see what part of your mind or body collapses next. You say you won't submit to the incomprehensible object that all of it is slowly turning you into. A target of awkward silence and false hope. A wedding funeral family asterisk. Some careerist article by some careerist asshole on how society is in full-scale collapse because the government won't pay you for your pointless, stupid, unlivable life. You say so. You say you won't suck off this sad and stupid future. You say you won't take another job like the one you just lost. You won't buy a new cell phone. You won't keep meeting up with some old people who do the same old thing. You say you won't do it. You swear to God you won't do it. So go on. Say it. Say it to yourself. Get drunk and say it to your friends. Say it to someone you wish cared about you and actually believe that it makes you look romantic instead of ridiculous. Say it on Twitter. Say it on Twitter or Tumblr until it's all that anybody believes about who you are. Say it like the world won't go on without you, or that you have, or that you have anything to lose but yourself. Say it for the sake of never doing anything until the day comes when everything you said so much about losing is actually lost. The day that everything you said would happen actually happens, and the only choice left is if there's something worse. The grinding years of living through it without the heart for anything, or nothing at all. When there's nothing left to say, what will you say instead? You know what? Fuck this. I'm fine. I'm going to work. Now this bullshit, I'm just going to be different. I'm just going to be fine being myself. It's going to be fine. I can find my own way to being somebody better with all this stuff good. I hope this is good. This is day at a time. Someday, part of my life will just be a tiny memory. Hey, you wrecked your shit, man. Okay, we're going to work then. My brothers are singing, and you gotta look on your face like, the freaking world is falling apart. Right? Sure. Nothing a blowjob and a few million bucks will fix, huh? Fucking jerk. You know, there's a difference between the white guys in college shirts who actually get offered that and the ones who don't. Whatever. If you don't get a fucking smoke, just fuck off. You know what? I give you money every fucking day. And you don't even know who the fuck I am. What the fuck is wrong with you? You fuck off. You fuck off. I feel bad for the homeless people, but I really fucking hate them. Okay, man. Uh-huh. What the heck are they doing? Fuck am I? Okay, so I need to go there, okay. Okay, let's sit down. Wow, there's a lot of people in that shit. Okay. Yeah, but we should probably just Blair all day long. That asshole. What's wrong? I texted you last night. I'm sorry, I didn't get it. Were you alright? You didn't have to go to the hospital, did you? No. You know what? Never mind. Didn't get your message. I didn't even get home until 10. Then I passed out. Fine. You know what? Even though I thought we agreed that the whole thing was just stupid. It was just whatever. It's 9:30 in the morning. Is this really time for the place that you want to talk about this? No. No, you're right. I'm stupid. I'm so stupid and I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. The source that we love, by Evan Winter. I don't believe for a second that you cared about me at all. People look at you and me. I think we're the same. They don't even know how right they are. They don't even know how much we both wish we could actually be in love. They don't know how much we both grew up and thought our lives would be real. We get married and talk about retirement and read in bed while footsteps crept down our hallways. They don't know how disgusting we would feel when we're together, rubbing all over each other while you regretted it and I'm trying to think of somebody else. They don't know how reluctantly it starts, all indifferent and tiresome. They don't know how stupid we feel when the night wears off and the sun comes up and we're just lying there, burning off whatever residual intimacy still hanging in the air as a way of trying to make it all less awkward. Shitty kisses and dragging blankets, straight into each other like sinking life jackets, literally hugging with regret. I'm so sorry. They probably think we talk it out. They imagine some kind of light crystallized between us. That we start to believe in something beautiful within ourselves because it has to exist if somebody else can see it. And they do that because we love that story more than anything, don't we? The idea that we can transcend our ugliness to sheer force of honesty, that we can magically transform into a writhing pile of fat, desperate bodies with the power to fuck and suck complete bullshit out of each other. Because that will be the thing that sets us free from wanting someone that we actually want. Because that will be the thing that make all the mistakes we made just a part of something that was meant to be. Because we're so horrific that we really want is for someone not to love us, not to need us, but to forgive us. For being so wretched. They really think that, and why not? After all, it's the only way that everybody might actually have a chance, except they don't, and I don't, and you don't, and we don't. Stop looking at me like you don't know what this was. It's my fault. Yeah? Hey Alyssa, I gotta talk to Russell today. He's in the office until 5, probably. I don't know. After they made Russell the general manager, he fired Natasha because he said she couldn't speak English. Oh no, Natasha is gone. Which one, of course, he simply replaced her with somebody who refused to. The rest of us would complain, probably, except she isn't really supposed to help us all the way that Natasha did anyways. She's even supposed to be Russell's executive assistant, and of course, you can see where all this headed. We figured they've already at least made out, and the only job she's actually doing here is telling him everything that she thinks we're saying about him. But we aren't saying it. We're seconding someone. Hey, what's going on? Hey, not too much. This is your last day or are you coming in for the last handoff meeting last week? No, I can't. Me and Danny are going to our engagement trip tomorrow. Then I start a new job as soon as I get back. That's too bad. We're simply a team on that. I know the client likes to see us together. That's just a job. Yeah, they'll forget us before you know it. Damn, Tori, you sound more like me every day. After all this time together, that's not what I wanted. I know it isn't. Didn't see out last night. We should get a drink after work. I mean, we should all go. I think that's a good idea. Anyways, you're really a talented guy, so good luck, Evan. Yeah, you too. The way people walk away from you. By Evan Winter. If love exists in the ability to make another person happy, how can someone who can't make everybody happy ever really be in love? How do you tell someone who asks why you never do anything that the reason is that you can feel your bones grinding together when you walk? How do you tell someone who asks why you're so tired that you can't sleep without pain? How do you tell someone who only smiles at you when you make them laugh that there's so much that you want to say? How can you look at photos on her desk of someone giving her everything she wants and not be thankful that somebody can? How sick have you become that you don't even realize that not everything is all about you? If love is in the ability to make another person happy, how can someone who can't make anybody happy ever really be in love? If love exists in the ability to make another person happy, how can someone who can't really make anybody happy ever be in love? How? Oh man. Evan, you've got to help me. I can't keep up anymore. Slow down, man. What happened? I went to them and I asked them why they basically handed Russell my promotion. You know what they said? Well, whatever they said, it's bullshit. They put Russell in here because of an evil, buck-pussing little... Oh, no, that... Perfect for the ever first layer of middle management. Don't sweat it. I'll tell you what they told me. They said I need to step it up. So I've been here until 9 every night, stepping it up. But it's impossible. And now Tori is leaving? Who do you think is gonna end up with all of her work? Me! Troy, stop. Are you even listening to what I'm saying? There's nothing you can do. It doesn't matter. I'm not as stupid as you think, Evan. You think I don't know what you're saying? Of course I do. But it's easy for you. You've got the luxury of being right. You're even paying even more for divorce lawyers than you are in child support. It doesn't mean it's not a waste of your time, man. God damn it. I'm saying that you can't expect that promotion now that Russell's in there. I mean, it's done. He got it. It's not like they're even around to see how fucked up he is, so I won't count on him losing it. Promotion? Who the heck's talking about the promotion? They're gonna fire me. That's why you gotta help me with this stuff. I'm begging you. Don't get fired, man. You're the most experienced person here. They need... I don't know what you want me to say, man. But you can't leave like this. Fine, don't help me. Just wait 10 years, see if the word career even means anything to you. If you even find yourself dusting off resume every 6 months because everybody wants to hire some 20-year-old, then say I wouldn't help you. Some 20-year-old who can't pop out a million miles of dog shit an hour because they didn't even know it's shit. The client doesn't even care because they've never seen anything but shit. Well, it's not all bad. Unless you don't have that huge commute anymore, or payments on that house out there. I miss that house every day of my life. I miss my wife, I miss my kids, I miss everything. I miss everything about all of it. I don't want to talk about this, please. Excuse me. The free trial is about to end, by Evan Winter. Do you realize that this kind of life, which only happened to other people for most of their existence, is coming for you too, right? Sure, it all makes sense now. There's a graph on a page. The short-term contract instead of a full-time job. Just a little learning into what you are. Otherwise, it's sold as a very healthy retirement fund from a person who got paid to tell you that. But someday, someone's going to fire you for the last time. Because you did anything wrong? Not because you're out some goddamn cupcake store? Not because they actually can't afford to keep you. It will simply be because your life got too complex and expensive for what it was actually worth to anyone but you. If you don't become either rich or in charge of a bunch of people by the time you're 40, you might as well blow your fucking brains out for the world will think of you. For all the world will think of you, even at 35. You better still be sexy if you don't even know how this will come together, how all this will come together by the time you're 30. You're actually so far behind that. But somebody who does that, I can't see how someone who doesn't would ever catch up. And then, for the sake of our collective sanity, you will be erased. Because nobody can give a fuck about you. If you don't exist to give a fuck about. I mean, look at you. You're old. You're bringing down our fighting spirit. You can't drink all night. You aren't fun to look at. And you can't help anybody get ahead with anything. You're upsetting all the 20-somethings who doesn't even get paid. Don't you think the least we can do is provide them with a workplace that deserves a television show? With no offense. But if you have kids who don't go to daycare because you don't marry rich, nobody wants to know about it. If you have some disease that is eating you alive because you have no medical coverage, okay, it's recording. It's better for everybody if you don't say so. If you don't think you can be cheerful or at least quiet, I hope you know how much we all resent you being here. Because this is not a place that has anything to do with anything but celebration, celebrating success. We're driving forward with growth, powering ahead through innovation and smashing through it with remorselessness. But how do I pronounce that? Who would seriously consider even being anywhere else? And maybe, just maybe, you used to understand that back when you were some sort of loser cocoon, you were still bright with your maybes and somedays. But all you do now is remind everyone that nothing lasts forever. And who wants to think about that? I thought I told you to come back later, bro. I got shit to do. Alright, but we gotta talk about, like, multiple projects. Did you even go down again? You gotta get that fixed right away, man. No matter why aren't you running them back? Don't tell me what to do, bro. What? You thought I was too small time for you to agree up with your brother. Don't think I don't remember it. And I bet you feel stupid now, huh? Guess I'm not too small time to be your fucking boss. Everything that maybe I did tell him about you, and that he's the one who thought you were too small time? Yeah, right, I'm fucking watching you, dickhead. Dickhead, you just step it out of there. Or you're going down. Excuse me? Shit, I'm doing you a favor just keeping you on. Are you now? You think I can get somebody for 2/3 of their salary? Or use half of that to save the company a little money? And then take the other half to be salary for being such a good manager? This business, pal. How did you figure any of that management to exist in the first place without us doing the actual work? Is that business too? Shit, who cares? By the time we solve this shit, we're moving on anyways. It doesn't mean who's satisfied or not. With some top sales guys like me, we just keep rolling. That's your big plan? Sure. What the fuck is satisfaction anyways? Not like there's anything we could do anything that with a bunch of retards pizza and play politics with each other. Yeah, but it's nothing, bro. You wanna have it both ways? You wanna shit all over what do we have here and think of yourself as some kind of hero? But it ain't anything like that. If this shit is fucked up, then you're fucked up. And you're fucked up, so what? That makes me lucky to have a part in all of this. If it would Natasha Gunn with Troy losing his mind, with Jackie half dead all the time, and Tori getting poached. Poached? You think you motherfuckers getting poached on my motherfucking watch? Please, Tori's living because of you. You fat fuck. What? I mean, I'm not gonna cross you off of it because she's definitely a piece of ass. So I know where you're coming from. But shit, what are you thinking, bruh? Not exactly in your league. What I'm thinking about, man, it's not a huge thing. And everybody knows. I mean, anybody can tell. I gotta go. What? I quit. I gotta go. I quit. Over some chick who's leaving. Damn, bro. You need to get laid. No, anyways, thanks for all your hard work and shit. What you gotta do now, shit? I know. You would work for your brother, dude. You know what, Russell? You're really fucked up. You're really, really fucked up. I'm fucked up? Motherfucker, I got a girl. I go to the gym. I have a business plan. I do cool shit on weekends while you're killing yourself for some job that you just quit. Over nothing? I fucking living life, erasing words, wishing it was something else. How the fuck I am fucked up? You're just a pussy. Get the fuck out of here. Patient trashing econometer. How does it feel to be completely worthless? Know that everything you worked on is completely stupid, and that all you ever done is hurt people? Stop talking to me. Okay, so the doctor is that thing that speaks to your head every goddamn second. Because you want things from them, even though you're disgusting, and completely kidding yourself if you think any respectable person would have anything to do with you. I told you stop talking to me, and then, even when you find people who don't think you're disgusting, you're just a liar, right? You're too weak to take responsibility for any of it. You'd rather just lay in bed, unemployed, with no friends, lying to your family about everything is alright, just walling yourself off into a corner until everyone forgets about you. Then, maybe, you'll figure out the courage to end all of this nonsense. Admit to yourself that you're done. And please, make no mistake about it, you are done. You missed a shot, everything has moved on without you. Could have started in school and actually done something meaningful in your life. But no, I was too fucking lazy. I was not a video game to go out and buy. No self-control, no self-respect, and nothing. No nothing. Always another reason, always something else. You are a bad person, and you don't deserve to live. You know this. That's why you're all in this pain. I can change that. No, but you can't stop it. Time passes. I lost all of my shit. I've never felt to win like this before. I feel completely outside of my body. There's a part of me that doesn't even want to do this, but I've never heard it so soft. Fuck, man. Guess all I really want to say to everyone is, yeah. You know, it just goes on, doesn't it? If I did it today, if I did it tomorrow, if I wait another 10 years of going through the same motions, with nothing going on except for things getting worse, and what would the difference even be? Your family dies, the world falls apart, the rich get richer, the ugly stay ugly. It all gets faster and harder until you can't remember what you used to be. So what if it does? So what if we do? I'm never going to get what I want. So it's too late to become the person I wanted to be. Was ever really possible at all? I may not be a person who has courage. I might be the biggest opposite of that in the world. But I can find a moment. Maybe I could have found better ones, but doesn't even matter now. What does it mean to be an impossible person? To be someone who could not have ever been happy? How could it mean anything? There are things we'll never make sense of, no matter how hard we try. When I try to think, just when I try to think of how things could have been different, I feel like so many things come to mind that I can't even think of anything. I just picture myself being happy, laughing, being somebody else. But I can't really imagine why it would have happened like that. I feel like I should say something here. Something profound or interesting. some sort of summation of my life, or something I've learned, but I can't. It was all worthless and selfish. And I have never loved anyone or anything. All I ever did was want to. It was nothing. Everything I've been and done has been for nothing. And as I turn around to look back, I feel relieved that nobody's there. That there isn't anybody standing there who has no choice but fuck man. But to care. But it feels good. It feels like an unbelievable burden come off my shoulders. I feel lighter than I have in years. I can finally stop fighting. Like I can fly. I was right about everything. I was right about everything. Actual sunlight. Thank you. Okay. No, thank you, Willonia. I'm sure this will help anyone. Okay, actual sunlight. Okay, let's do this. And so yeah, again, if you're struggling with this kind of problem, I highly appreciate you. I highly recommend you checking out the link in the description down below to see the suicide prevention's hotlines, and if you know someone struggling with suicidal thoughts and depression, please check it out, or check it out yourself through the internet, or just call it immediately before it's too late. Okay, so yeah, that's for this video. I haven't really. Again, if you want to play this game yourself, the link is in the description down below. I don't recommend everyone. I don't really recommend anyone under 18 to play this. Because you're probably easily influenced by anything. And I think the point of this game is to take a peek at someone else's life, and just like what they said, you don't really have to feel like what's happening in the game. And so yeah, that's for this video. Hope you guys liked this, and if you do, don't forget to leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and don't forget to click that bell to be notified of future uploads. It really helps me a lot. I highly appreciate all of your support, so thank you. And as always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.